One question I get asked quite often is how to meet your needs on a plant-based diet. What happens if you are vegetarian or more specifically vegan? Can you meet your protein needs? The answer is yes, but not in optimal ranges, okay? You can get protein on a plant-based diet. You can get protein from quinoa, you can get it from coupling incomplete proteins like beans and rice, or peanut butter on toast. Tofu has protein, and so does spirulina, and cheese and nuts have protein. I know cheese isn't technically vegan, but if you're vegetarian, you're probably eating a lot of cheese. Here's the problem with all of those things, okay? A half a cup of quinoa has a whopping 4 grams of protein. That means just to get 2 ounces of protein, you have to eat 2 cups of quinoa. I have never eaten 2 cups of quinoa in a single sitting. That's a lot of carbs, it's a lot of calories, and you may feel really full and bloated. The other problem with plant proteins is they are incomplete proteins. We need complete proteins, like an egg is a perfect example. It is the most nutritionally complete food, but all animal proteins have complete proteins, which means they contain all 9 essential amino acids you need and non-essential amino acids that you need to build muscle. Okay, so yes, there are vegan bodybuilders out there. They're probably consuming a lot of pea protein, which is a vegan protein source and has 14 grams of protein per scoop. So that's 2 ounces in 1 scoop, but woman and man cannot live on pea protein alone. So that's a great supplement. And yes, you can eat peas too, but plant proteins are not as complete, which means they're far less efficient at building muscle. And they don't contain zinc, they don't contain B12 the way red meat does, for example. So that being said, I do have patients that I do need to put on a plant-based diet for a while to clean out some chronic health issues or a fatty liver. And temporarily, I outweigh the benefits to the risks, and I'm willing to have someone be slightly protein deficient for a few months and they can supplement. But over the long term, it's really hard to meet your protein needs on a plant-based diet. So make sure you are getting nutritionally dense foods, things like sweet potatoes and spinach, and you could throw spirulina into your fruit smoothie. You can combine fruits and vegetables. You can certainly get a ton of antioxidants on a plant-based diet. But my recommendation, my joke is always that I'm vegetarian who eats meat, 50% vegan, 50% carnivore. So if you can have 50 to 75% of your plate be plants, and then you add in protein on top of that, then you're gonna have an optimal way to meet your protein needs, build muscle, stay lean, keep your bones healthy, and keep your inflammation low. So until next time.